Hey everyone, it's 12 Days of Spring with Daisy and Chrissy. We're moving right along with 6 tall trees, and man, oh man alive, was this a challenge for me. I don't know why, but I struggled. Took me 3.5 days to do this layout. I had a few ideas. You can see there's some trees off to the side there. I wasn't loving anything that I was doing, so I went ahead and just printed off a Google stock image type thing off of the internet and came up with these. They're kind of retro themed. But what I liked about them is they kind of looked like they had 2 different shades to them. And so I thought I would go ahead and use some of my 6x6 pattern papers. I think I chose the Wild Child piece, I think. And I'm going to go ahead and just layer them and then do some stitching. So I'm going to show you one of them, basically exactly how I do it so you can kind of see, and then you'll see all the rest of them just magically done. But I went through and just picked all the pretty pattern papers that I thought I could use that would look good, kind of cut up as a tree versus something else. And I did kind of selectively choose certain pieces versus other pieces so that, like, the ones with words I didn't think was going to work really well, and then the ones with clouds I have a different idea to use with them, so I didn't want to use those up just to make trees, if that makes sense. But I just go ahead and I literally place the original tree on top and then fussy cut the first piece out, and then I line that up with the second piece of pattern paper that's going to be the smaller one, and I cut that out as well so that basically the tree looks smaller than it originally does, and I'm happy with it. I totally think it works. I go ahead and make sure to pierce my holes so that it all lines itself up. And like I said, it definitely took me a while. Doing this alone was basically half of a day's project for me. And I've mentioned this before, but when I scrap, I am very, very, very fortunate in the fact that my scrap area is literally in the middle of our common area and where my family all hangs out. So it's easy for me to do things in like 5-minute things or 10-minute things, whatever, and then go back to playing with my kids or being with my family and whatnot, and then take another 5 minutes to do something else, and like I have that luxury. So when I say it took me 3 days to create, I don't mean like I was standing there trying to scrap for 3 days, right? I mean within my little time periods that I allow myself, this is how I get things done. And I've had a lot of people ask me, because I am a working mom and I do have 2 kids that are quite young, and I always get asked when and how, and I find the time to do it. And I do think that having my scrap area where it's located is a huge benefit to me and a huge reason why I am able to get as much done as I can. I think if my room was off in a corner somewhere, I wouldn't have that luxury. I would feel guilty, and I think that's probably where a lot of you come from. As you feel guilty locking yourself in your beautiful craft room and not spending time with your family, especially as a working mom when you've already taken time away from your kids because you've been out working or what have you, whatever your reason being. And first of all, take away your guilt. It's okay to spend a little bit of you time. Definitely worth it, especially for your sanity. So don't feel guilty. Give yourself that half an hour a day or whatever you allow yourself, and just go create, do anything you can. Something as simple as this, like make a layout last you 3 days. It's okay. It's totally fine. You do what works for you. This is how I work. I do things in small amounts and I get my layouts created that way. So enjoy your process however you do it, and don't ever feel guilty about it. So here we go. My trees are all done. I'm pretty pleased with the way they turned out. I also fussy cut out a few butterflies because I thought they had a nice little spring feel to them. And I found these 2 photos. I think they're adorable, and they happen to just be in my little pile here. And they're of Nora on her own sleeping, and then I kind of cut Shauna out of that one. And then the other one is zoomed out where you can see Sean sleeping beside her. And these are just photos of them napping on the couch, and I think they're super adorable. She's my spring baby. She was born in March, so it's just kind of fitting. I just am making it all kind of flow together. And as I'm creating this, I'm trying to have a bit of an idea of creating a scene for this layout. Now, the reason why is 2 layouts ago, if you have been watching both of us, so if you're watching me and Daisy's layouts, you will know Daisy tried to create her layout, her bunny layout, being inspired by something that I would do. And I loved that. I thought that was really neat. So I am trying to do the reverse and try to create something that I feel is very Daisy-ish. And she does a fantastic job of creating scenes for her layouts. And so I'm trying to give that a go. And it's, different. I love the way it turned out. It's very unique layout. I still think it probably says me a little bit, but it's different. It was fun to play around with. And I had fun creating it once I figured out what I was doing, but it took me too long, way too long. If I scrap like this all the time, this one was an extra long layout. I would never get as much done as I do. So I don't know. It's fun to try. I like to try different things though, and I'm pleased with the way it turned out. I did go ahead and do a multi kind of wonky line there. I was trying to kind of create like the brown as the dirt and the green as the grass, and then the trees come out of the grass, and I used a strip of a border strip that had flowers, so it's like there's flowers under the trees. That was my idea. I don't know if it reads like that, but that was kind of my idea. And then I'm going to go through some more of my pattern papers here. That these are all the stack I had that to me said spring. And I come across this Maggie Holmes one that has banners, and then this piece that you see me tearing right here that are the clouds. And I was like, well, I've got the ground down, let's just get the sky. So I went ahead and used the clouds to totally represent the sky, and the banners just for a fun, whimsical element, because this is a layout about my daughter, so it is totally allowed to have as much whimsy as I want it to have. And the butterflies are just flying up in the sky. I don't know, it worked for me. I liked it. I'm pretty okay with the way that all turned out. And I was very careful about making sure to only use the banners that didn't connect with multiple ones, so that I could connect it and then use the rest of it for another layout, because I love these banners. They're so pretty. I do fussy cut them out, very sloppy. I don't know if that's correct, but I make sure that there is a big white border for it, so that again it has kind of that whimsy feel to it. But I'm really pleased with the way it turned out. So I'm happy with it. This is day 6. We are halfway through. Can you believe that? That's crazy to me. I'm going to be honest and let you know this is as far as I've gotten. I don't have any other layouts planned ahead, and I'm recording this the night it's going up. So I post at 9 p.m. my time. So it's going live 12 at like midnight for Eastern Standard Time. So tomorrow I plan on scrapping my little heart out and doing 2 layouts. So I've got day 7 and 8 completed. You may see a Traveler's Notebook spread from me for one of the days. I'm not exactly sure. I've kind of stepped away from Traveler's Notebooks and I missed them a little bit. So I was thinking about bringing them back in. So we'll see. But I'm going to do my best and just be patient. Also, please note that Daisy is going into surgery on Thursday. So we are working around that. She says she thinks she's good, but if not, we are going to maybe have a little stall, because I want her to just focus on being healthy and not stressing about her surgery. So I don't want this series to cause her any stress, and I think she's okay. So you'll know following Thursday, but just a heads up for everyone, and give her all of your well wishes, because she's a little nervous and we don't want her to be nervous. We want her to go into the surgery with great success. And you can see I did try to pull off a little mixed media. I tell you, you don't see any of it. It all gets covered up because I didn't like it. I was trying. I have to try. I don't know why I tried. But like I said, I don't like it. It's messed up. However, I do like the color that the Glorious Days and the cotton candy mixed together creates. It's like a creamsicle color. It's very, very pretty. So I'm going to try that on another layout where I'm actually trying to actually have that effect, because it's a very pretty color. And so my final touches here, I'm going to add a really cute doily under my photos of this other banner that says love, and that's going to help set the stage for my title for this layout, which is going to be love. It says love at 3 a.m. because I wasn't thinking, and I picked an A instead of a P, and I do switch it in my final photo, so you'll see it where it actually says love at 3 p.m. because that is when these photos were taken. And then eventually I will find a spot to journal talking about how cute they are, just having a little nap on the couch, and it was really sweet. Sean's not much of a napper, so it was always fun catching photos of him napping with the kids because he doesn't do it very often. I don't know, pretty pleased with the way this layout turned out. Definitely a little bit different for me, but I got those 6 trees on there, so I'm really pleased. And be sure, like I said, go check out Daisy's take. It's pretty cute. I love her layout today. I love how she comes up with things. Her brain is just amazing. And yeah, be back tomorrow, hopefully with another layout. It may be a Traveler's Notebook spread though, so we'll see. It'll be a mystery for all of us. Thanks everyone so much for joining us and the support and playing along. I've had a few people post and use our hashtag, which is hashtag 12 Days of Spring DC. If you do, go ahead and use any of our themes. We'd love to see what you create. It's all about having fun and inspiring everyone to just get your layout scrapped. That's all I got, guys. It's really late at night. It's been a long day. Here's a final look at my layout, and I'll be back tomorrow with another layout. Thanks everyone. Bye.